early last year, I got diagnosed with bowel cancer. It was a relief to find out that I did have something wrong because I had so many troubles leading up to it and everyone was saying, oh, you're fine, and doing checks and wasn't getting anywhere. So it was good to actually find out that I actually had something, like in a weird way.
When he come back from the hospital and told me that he'd been diagnosed with cancer and his mum was with him, and we discussed it then that he wanted to keep working. It was coming up to a very busy time for us with the Glastonbury Festival and that sort of thing. And he wanted to be part of that and wanted to carry on with life as normal as possible, really.
For Glastonbury Festival, we supply the whole site with bread and everything, and we have our own shop down there. And last year I worked 70 hours down there in 7 days.
He still comes to work when he's having chemo, even with the pump on his side. He comes to work. There's some things that he can't do. He can't lift certain things because obviously put a strain on the pipe work and that sort of thing.
Well, I feel okay. I want to work as many hours as I can and do as much as I can. I just want to do everything what everyone else is doing, really. Just stick to normality and do the best I can.
I was diagnosed with kidney cancer. I was very ill for a few months before. I had the kidney removed. The cancer had all gone, so presumably everything was fine, but I wasn't really getting better. And I started not to be able to walk very well. My legs were very heavy, my arms were very heavy. Eventually I kept falling over, couldn't stand up, couldn't get up. Went back to the doctors, ended up in hospital, diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. Had some treatment for that, was in hospital for a month or so, having rehab, learning how to walk again. But they wanted to do some further surgery on my lung because they'd found something on a previous CT scan. When you're ill, it's like you take a lot, really. People are constantly helping you. I was determined to get back to work, determined to try and get back to some sort of normality. That kind of helped with my recovery, I think. And certainly in terms of charity work, I did some fundraising for Macmillan because Macmillan were very helpful for me in the time I had cancer.
I went to my friend Charlie's house, as we do every morning. We were pulling out of his estate and I looked behind the back seat and I looked back and there was just two cars and everyone screaming their heads off. Wheels all bent, bonnets all bent, just complete front half messed up. Charlie's mum went to help them, got them out of the vehicle, and then I told Charlie to call 999.
I rang 999 and asked for the police and the ambulance, and within about 10 minutes the ambulance and the police were there. I was told when I got home from school that someone went in for chest injuries and I think a leg injury, I'm not sure. But other than that, most people were all right, just a shock, really.
I think if Charlie hadn't called for an ambulance, it could have just got worse and worse.